Hello, everybody. Yes, that's right. Oi, it's your boy from across the pond, UK Fanny Ricky J, bringing you bold predictions, straight up banter. From across the pond. Welcome to The Bell Never Stops Ringing, onto the People's Wrestling Podcast. Doing this for a second time due to technical difficulties. I'm going to quickly get this speeded through. So I know there's another podcast up after me here on the Hardcore Sports Network. So hello to all of you over there. So I'm going to try and get this through as quick as I can. Already done this, but due to technical difficulties, doing it again. So, of course, we kick this off with me 1 second here. The screen has shrank. Me 1 second here, guys. 1 second. My apologies for that, but it is indeed what's cooking at the table. So what have I been up to? The usual same, going to the gym, going to my walking group, going to crafts, and I did make this that I do usually make for pay-per-views. For those that are watching the People's Wrestling Podcast last year, with those regular viewers, I did started doing Crown Green Bowling last year. Did go and have a look earlier today, and it is back on, so I'm going to look to get back into that. You guys, let me know what you've been up to as I roll very quickly into segment number 2 here. The glitz, the glamour, the red carpet, the actors, the actresses, they're all talking about one thing only, and it can only be that is right. Give me 1 second. Damn. Movie talk. So what movies have I been watching? Well, here they are. As always, they come in threes, and the first one is, because I will sit and watch anything. So the first movie is, I'm going to try and get this get this all this as quick as I can. I understand there is another podcast starting in 25 minutes. And I already have done this, but due to technical difficulties, have to do it again. So, but the first movie I watched is Swapped, which I'm going to give it a rating of B. Second movie I watched, Crime 101, same letter grading, and Deep Water. I'm going to give it a B-. It was an okay film, but nothing really special. There are no, there is no This Week in Wrestling History, but there is a little bit of this. So that is right, news and headlines. And of course, the news that everyone's talking about, the big story, the big chatter is the New Day leaves WWE. Really crazy story. So for those that don't know, they were offered to cut their contract in half, possibly cut their paycheck in half, I would imagine. They didn't accept that, and they are gone. obviously Kofi, a lot of thoughts here, but Kofi Kingston been there for 18 years, and after that long, they want him to take a pay cut. So good on Kofi and Xavier Woods for not accepting that. Kind of just getting away from the New Day a little bit. Also, JC Mateo and Tama Tonga Lower are also gone. I won't really be missing those. I think they will end up in New Japan. Tonga Lower botched everything. It was laid on the announce desk, fell off. This is just in recent memory. Jacob had to hit him again, put him back on the announce desk to splash him. So they won't be lost, but I would have kept those around. I think the tag team division is pretty dead. The New Day, I think they could go anywhere. I do think they could rock them in TNA. Certainly, I think they could go to AEW. I would do it. Be at All In, AEW's biggest stage, and have them come in, beat FTR day one. Maybe you feel a few little teases that New Day are coming, but certainly wouldn't announce it. They come in day one and beat FTR right there, right then. This is a big loss. I would have kept them around for the tag team division. But yes, that's my quick thoughts, my quick opinion on New Day being gone. Let's quickly move swiftly along here. It is time to celebrate. Let's get up, eat that, chow on that cake, get up those banners, because it is time for... That is right. Wrestlers' birthdays. So there's 3 birthdays we've got today. Io Sky, Tommaso Ciampa, and Aki Bono. So a big happy birthday to all of those 3. Let me go ahead and now play a quick ad, because summer's coming in. The weather is heating up, and you want to go out and in fashion, you want to go out and represent, and this is what you want to represent. That is right. Protein Tees Gummers 1, Protein Tees Gummers 1. See a couple of numbers coming in here. Do drop a comment. Good morning to you. Hello to all of you on the Hardcore Sports Network. Let me go ahead and put this up very, very quickly. I know that in 20 minutes there is another podcast, so that's why I'm trying to make this as quick as I can. Already done this, and due to technical difficulties, had to do it again. So it happens, I guess, but it is now time for, as we look at today's wrestling scene with Wrestling Roundup. So AEW really nothing of note to discuss there this week or last week. I know I failed to mention it last week, but really nothing to discuss. Let me go ahead and, if I can, it's just bugging me a little bit to change the color scene if I can. And it really doesn't matter right now. That is better, just on my end, that is all. So, I'm going to very quickly go through over last week's Friday Night SmackDown, starting with that. So, Cody Rhodes came on out, interrupted by Ricky Saints, JC Jane over Charlotte Flair, Damien Priest and R-Truth retained against Fraxium, MFT's attack, Solo Sikoa spoke, Usos came out, and Tala Tonga attacked. Cody Rhodes knocked off Ricky Sainz, Gunther attacked. So I'm going to very quickly go through all of that as quick as I possibly can. So, Cody Rhodes coming out, okay. Ricky Sainz interrupting. Cool to see him on the main roster, even though he didn't get a reaction. Jacy Jayne over Charlotte, big win for Jacy. And Damian Priest and R-Truth retaining, no shocker. If they're trying to build up Solo and especially Tala Tonga as a threat, I'm not opposed to that. Cody Rhodes knocking off Ricky Sainz. I probably would have had Ricky Sainz win. Gunther could have been the reason that he lost. Gunther distracts Cody. Ricky Sainz takes advantage. Danhausen came out on the stick when The Miz did. Then Wilson did. They destroyed Danhausen. Royce Keys on his hand wrist high against Angel. Sami Zayn came out and destroyed a gingerbread man. Trick Williams came out to make the save, and they're having a match at Backlash. Brie Bella and Paige also retained against Lash legend Nia Jax, and the MFTs were on winning ways against the Usos. Jericho Fatu on the stick to finish off the evening. So the Danhausen, Miz, and Kit Wilson stuff, very, very funny. Royce Keys sending Angel to the losers table. Cool, I suppose it's a win for Royce Keys. Sami Zayn, the gingerbread man stuff, and Trick Williams. It was leading to a match at Backlash. And a lot of people are raging out this. I'm not one of those. But ridiculous, silly, waste of TV time. But I get it. It's WWE. Brie Bella and Paige retaining. I wasn't shocked by that. And the Usos going over MFT. So the MFT is going over the Usos. Cool. Again, if they're trying to build Tala Tonga, I do like that. I'm going to give SmackDown a half thumbs up. Getting into Monday Night Raw as quick as I possibly can. I understand in 17 minutes there is another podcast, and I've also got predictions to do here. So it's done. Braun Breaker attacked Seth Rollins. Jenny Madonna pinned Finn Balor. Ethan Page and Rusev was on the winning side against Penta and Javon Evans. And appeared in the ring, so Ruka came out and Becky Lynch did. Joe Hendry took a DQ win against Austin Theory. Obafemi knocked off Otis. The original Grande Americano and Creed brothers took home that winning share of the purse against the other El Grande Americano and Los Americanos. It was a contract signing and appears in the ring. Roman Reigns came out. Jacob Fatu did brawl. And that's how quick you go through Raw. Let me go through all of that, reviewing it. So Braun Breaker taking Seth Rollins, builds up their match. Jenny Madonna, a much and a big win over Finn Balor. Much needed win, should I say. Ethan Page and Rusev winning. Cool. The Adam Pearce, Sol Ruka, Becky Lynch stuff. Cool. My only takeaway from this, they changed Sol Ruka's theme music. It is now generic. Why would they even do this? The Joe Henry winning via DQ. You don't want Joe Henry looking weak. You don't want Austin Theory looking weak. So a DQ finish is how you do it. Obafemi standing tall against Otis. Cool. El Grande Americano and Creed brothers. Not the losers, but the winners. At least Creed brothers are back on TV, and the contract signing Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu builds up that. Raw also gets a half thumbs up. Getting into NXT, Kelly Armstrong proves that Jada Parker just can't get it done. Jackson Drake arm raised high against Jasper Troy. Zarya came out, and then Tim Paxley did, then Lizzie Rain did, and then Nikki Lyons did. This ended up in the brawl. The culling went over Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana. Dark State are back on track against Hank and Tank, and then Tony Angelo proves that Tavian Heights isn't ready, and then Mason Rook attacks. I mean, very quickly go through all of that, because I've got Evolve to go through and predictions, and I know that in 15 minutes there is another podcast, so that's why I'm trying to get this done as quick as possible. And I've already done this technical difficulties, all of that, what you get with StreamYard. Anyway, Kelly Armstrong winning, cool. Like I said, Jinder Parker just can't get a win. Jackson Drake winning, cool. And then it is a good way to bring in Bailey Humphries or Myla Hampton or whatever they're calling her. Don't know the name right this 3 second. Zarya, Tim Paxley, Lizzie Rain, Nikita Lyons, cool. So then the second outing, Lizzie Rain is already in the title picture. The culling, now is it Dame is in the title, women's title picture? That's cool. The Dark State winning, much needed win for them. So, Timmy Hayes lost, but at least he's in the title picture. And then Mason Rook attacking, he's right into the title picture, and I'm really glad of this. But despite all of that, half thumbs up for NXT. And then Evolve. So Max Abrams, Ja'Cory Ball, and Santi Rivera made Charles Starboy Hall, Cappuccino Jones, and Romero Marino take the L. To me, it's a Thatcher in the ring. Out came Aaron Rourke, then Cam Hendricks, then Brooks Jensen, and then Christian Angels. Finally, Dorian Van Duke. Tate Wilder attacked, leads to a match where Tate Wilder got the better of Holly Riggins. And then to end Evolve, non-contest, because it was Wendy Cho, Laney Luck. So, Max Abrams, Ja'Cory Ball, and Santa Rivera on the winning deal. Cool. All the promos, cool. Tate Wilder winning. Okay. And you don't want Wendy Cho losing. You don't want Laney Luck looking weak either. So no contest is how you get it done. Evolve, I'm going to give a big thumbs up. I'm going to play one more ad here. Got predictions to do. Then I'm out of here. And then it will be the Forbidden podcast here on the Hardcore Sports. I want to give a big shout out to those. But do let me right now go ahead and play this. But right, like, share, subscribe. Do look out for my SmackDown preview that'll be up shortly, maybe in a few hours from now, but it will certainly be up. And my SmackDown watch along. But as you can see from the title, it is time for predictions, and it's time for those Backlash predictions. So, John Cena has a major announcement. I think that will be about Club WWE. In tag team action, Danhausen takes and a mystery tag team partner take on The Miz and Kit Wilson. I think Danhausen, a mystery tag team partner, will win this one. I'm going to keep this up just while I'm predicting. Io Sky battles Asuka. There are rumors that Kairi Sane is going to return here. She may do. I'm not really fussed who wins. Don't really care without Kairi Sane. It doesn't mean the same, but I'm going to say that Io Sky takes the W. Trick Williams, Sami Zayn with the US Championship. Trick Williams retains. Seth Rollins, Bron Breakker. Bron Breakker should win, but I think they give the win. Will give that win, that dub, that rub to Seth Rollins. And then for the men's World Championship, challenger Jericho Fatu, champion Roman Reigns. And I think Roman Reigns will retain. Let me very, very, very quickly delete these real quick. Walk me very, very quickly about it. So there we are. So that's the People's Wrestling Podcast. Remember to share, like, subscribe. Share, like, subscribe. Up next here on the Hardcore Sports Day will be the Forbidden Podcast. I will certainly be tuning in. So look out for my SmackDown preview and SmackDown watch along. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. And always remember, it's Ricky J. We're going to bring it back to the fight.